Hello everyone. Some of the students are calling me and asking, sir, how the best answer for anthropology we can write? What should be the model answer? So from my own test series, I took some 7 questions and I discussed from my own model answers how a best answer should be. So I am putting in front of you the 7 questions and 7 model answers. Please do watch the next 30 minutes and know how good answer we can write for anthropology. Thank you. Everyone welcome. So today we will be having the discussion of how to write the answers, the best answers. So for my test series students, I will be providing the model answers for all the questions. From that model answers, we will be discussing on how to write the best answer. So coming to the first question which I asked, bring about the concept and distinguishing features of culture and civilization. Bring about the concept and distinguishing features of culture and civilization. So how the answer should be this? Most of the students will get confused. So they will write first what is culture, what is civilization, finished, done. So we have to mention the culture definition by any anthropologist, the characteristics of culture. Why? Because you should not forget that it is 20 marks question. You should not forget that it is 20 marker question. So 8 questions, 20 marker, 160 marks, 250 words. So remember this, for every 20 marker, the words will be 250 words and the pages in UPSC examination will be 4 pages. And for 15 marks, the words will be 150 words, and 3 pages in your UPSC paper. And for 10 marker question of first question will be compulsory question in your anthropology final exam, and fifth question will be compulsory question of 10 marks, for which you have to write this is for 200 words for 15 markers, and for 10 marker it will be 150 words. It will be 150 words and it will be of 2 pages. So see, 20 marker 250 words, 4 pages, 15 markers 200 words and 3 pages, and for 10 marks it will be 150 words and 2 pages. This is final according to UPSC examination only. So for 20 markers it should be of 250 words, 4 pages. For 15 marker it will be of 200 words and 3 pages, and for 10 marker it will be 150 words of 2 pages. For 10 marker you have to pinpoint, you have to address the question. No need to write introduction, no need to write conclusion. If you write introduction also just 2 lines, then you have to address the demand of the question. For 15 marker and 20 marker compulsory you have to go with introduction, conclusion, and 20 mark the conclusion should be proper and the introduction should be proper. So don't neglect the structure. For 15 marker and 20 marker, a proper structure you need to follow. Don't write in uninterested way. Don't write as if you are writing exam. Be serious and make a structure in your mind how the introduction should be, how the conclusion should be, and the rest should be the body. In the same way, the first question was about the bring about the concept and distinguishing features of culture and civilization. So first write about culture, then culture definition, then characteristics of culture, then civilization definition, characteristics of civilization, finished. So first you explained about the culture, second you explained about the civilization. In the third, you have to make the third part of your answer. You have to mention about the similarities and differences between the culture and civilization. What is culture and what is civilization? So differences, similarities between the culture and civilization, differences between the culture and civilization, and the fifth part should be the correlation, the interrelation between the culture and civilization. In this way the answer should be: what is culture, the definition of culture, the characteristics of culture; civilization, what is civilization, the definition of civilization and the characteristics of civilization; then the distinguishing features of culture and civilization; then if any similarities between the culture and civilization; and the fifth point should be the interrelationship between the culture and civilization, how the culture is interrelated with the civilization. So in my model answer, how I gave you the model answer, see, the concept of culture, I gave the E.B. Taylor definition, what the E.B. Taylor told with respect to definition. The complex whole of knowledge, belief, art, morals, laws, customs, and any other capability and habits acquired by man. See, this is BY. That means this is not copy paste which I typed it. So for all the model answers, we will be working hard and we will be making it by man as a member of society. Whereas Malinowski, what is the definition of Malinowski? The definition of culture, which is given by the Malinowski, also studied. So culture is total mental, social and physical means which makes a life run in its course. So Malinowski's definition, E.B. Deller's definitions and Herzokovic's definition also I gave. Why I gave three definitions? Because it's 20 marker. It is 20 marker. But in your final examination, if you write two definitions, it's enough and more. So in order to provide the content to my test series students, I provided three definitions. Then the next coming to features of the course Murdoch. Features of the course Murdoch. Culture is learned, culture is social, culture is inculcated, means transferred from one generation to other generation. Culture is adaptive, culture is structured, culture is dynamic. So the characteristics of culture or the features of the culture we need to mention. That is about the culture. So as I told you definition, then civilization. Then civilization. Civilization is also defined as. So what is civilization? You have to mention the second part of your answer. Then Robert Redfield classified civilization into primary and secondary. And L.G. Morgan in his book Ancient Society proposed the evolutionary sequence of a scheme of entire society from savagery to barbarism to civilization. Savagery to barbarism to civilization. How the process is there. How the process is there. In this way, we discussed about it. Then we have to go the features, what is savagery, what is barbarism, what is civilization. Then here you need to mention about the civilizational characteristics. Civilizational characteristics. What is civilizational characteristics? We will discuss now. So see, so see characteristics of civilization. This also you have to add to your model answers. Civilization means both material and non-material, but the highest importance is given to the materials in civilization. Civilization is dynamic in nature. Civilization is creative and learned. Civilization depends on technology. Civilization is objective. In this way, characteristics of civilization you have to mention. Then understanding of civilization. Then culture and civilization. So I gave you the material. I forwarded you the material. In this material, I only gave the answer. See, then the relationship between the culture and civilization. Parts of the culture. In this way, you have to write your answer. Next, differences between the culture and civilization. One of the difference between the culture and civilization is culture represents what we are and civilization represents what we have. Another difference is civilization includes the things by which we attain other objects such as technology, and culture is that which brings us the pleasure and satisfaction. Culture cannot be measured and civilization as a standard of measurements. So a proper distinction you have to make. Why? Because the question is about we should not run from our question. So question, if you see, bring out the concept and distinguishing feature of culture and civilization. Bring out the concept and distinguishing feature of culture and civilization. So the difference is asked. So culture includes religion, art, philosophy, literature, music, dance, etc., which brings satisfaction and pleasure to many. It is expression of final aspects of life. Civilization includes all those things by means of which some objectives is attained. Typewriter, motors come under this category. Civilization consists of technology or the authority of man over natural phenomenon as well as the social technology which control man's behavior. Culture is what we are, culture is what we have. Culture has no standard, but civilization has standard of measurement. So in this way, culture is internal and end, culture is external and a means. In this way, you have to mention the difference between the culture and civilization. When you mention about the difference between the culture and civilization, you have to give the conclusion. This is the part of conclusion. So in your conclusion, you have to mention the relationship between the culture and civilization. For example, I will tell you one. Everyone have iPhones nowadays. We are having very modern gadgets. That means civilization. The world have the electronic goods. If you go to Afghanistan, where the Taliban is ruling, they doesn't have the smartphones. So civilization is present in Kabul, but the nearby the Kabul, within the villages of the Kabul, in Afghanistan capital, there is no civilization. Why? Because the culture of the Taliban will not allow them. So for the sake of civilization to move forward, the culture should help. The culture and civilization will both go hand in hand. For the sake of culture to spread, civilization should help. For the sake of to civilization to penetrate, culture should help. In this way, the culture and civilization both will go hand in hand. So in this way, you have to write your first answer. So again, I am repeating, very quick revision. See, culture, characteristics of culture, civilization, characteristics of civilization, difference between the culture and civilization, and the interrelationship between the culture and civilization is the answer for this question. Bring out the concept and distinguishing features of culture and civilization. Next, critically examine the universality and definition of marriage and family. Universality of definition of marriage and family. So two questions I embedded into it. Usually in examination, we can see universality and definition of marriage, universality and definition of family. So it's a 20 marker. So I gave you criticize, critically examine. If you see this, this is critically examine, means criticize whether it is universal or not. Whether the definition means what? See, what is the English meaning of definition means? If you give any statement, to any concept like culture, civilization, marriage, family, kinship, if any definition if you give, that definition should fit historically. That means if you put in the ancient India, if you put it in the medieval India, if you put in the modern India also, the definition should be apt. And geographical also. In Punjab if you fit it, in India, in Tamil Nadu if you fit it, in Northeast India if you fit it, and if you fit it in America also, it should fit. So the universal statements are called as definition. The universal statements are called as definition. So critically examine the universality of definition of marriage and family. So when you give the definition, you have to think that yes, it is universal definition or not. If it is, family is a universal definition of that. So first I will discuss about marriage. Then I will go to family. Yes. See, Western market definition of marriage, you have to write a proper definition will be there. Marriage is religiously accepted union of men and women living together with mutually agreed sexual rights. Western market definition is there. Malnovisky's definition of marriage is there. In your notes, I provided one more extra definition. So you can write Western market definition, you can write Malnovisky definition to anyone. If you see universality, marriage is considered as a universal because of its following factors. So question is what? Universality and definition of marriage and family. Marriage, definition, universality. Whether marriage is universally valid or not. So universality, marriage is considered as universal because of its following factors. Division of labor, sexual satisfaction, socialization, reproduction helps in procreation, prolonged infant dependency, reduced sexual competition. So because of these factors, the marriage is universal everywhere. These are all the inevitable thing. These are all necessary. So marriage, we are considering it as a universal institution. And the definition is we are considering it as universal. Next, critically examine. Universality, marriage is not universal institution. Marriage is not universal institution. Why? Because the question is what? Critically examine. Nayars of South India, where females have sexual freedom outside the marriage bond, that means the sexual behavior of wives varies legally, societally. Yes. In Azande tribe of Africa, where boy-boy marriages, in your girl-girl marriages religiously accepted. Yes. In Dinka tribe, in case of not having a progeny or if husband is sterile, then the husband deputes another male to have a child. Cattle marriages, first they will be marrying the cattle of Bantus. Trial marriages of Basai, the trial marriages is also there in our India Bill tribal community also it is present. So from this points what I am telling that, so there is no universality of the marriage. There is variations in definition of marriage. So I told finally that yes, the universality of marriage is not there, but according to Edmund Leach, we cannot define a social institution like marriage, but there are some functions to marriage. There are some significance to marriage, but we cannot define marriage. Marriage means this only. We cannot come to a conclusion. Marriage bole to yahi hai. Marriage means this only. We cannot come to conclusion. Critically examine the universality of definition of marriage. Similarly, and family. And I mentioned about family. So family definition, you have to write Murdoch definition, little bit introduction of the family. Over the decades, social scientists have struggled in their efforts to define the multi-dimensional concept of family. How to define the family? The anthropologists, the sociologists tried a lot. This complexity is not only limited to membership in a family but also to their ideological differences. Anthropological researchers on the family had a view that the family and the institution of marriage exist in every society. So in that way, you have to write the definition of family. Content I gave. Then universality of family. It is a group based on marriage between two individuals, but that is not the case in systems of polygamy and polyandry. मगर एक boy and girl coming together and getting married and establishing a children into a common residence is called as family. मगर there are some polygamy marriages. बोला but there are some polyandry families. There are some polygamy marriages. Polygyny means multiple wives. Polyandry means multiple husbands. So according to definition, one boy and one girl, but there is a chance of multiple husbands. There is a chance of multiple wives. So definition is not valid. In that way, we have to prove that the family is a universal but not. Why? Because there are some societies where there is polygyny type of marriages, multiple wives will be there and staying together with the husband, multiple husbands will be there and staying with the husband. Like polyandry, Ashanti tribe, polygyny tribe, not only tribe, Indian society also, traditional Indian society also, traditional Muslim society also, polygyny is there. Multiple wives with the husband staying in one residence. And boy and girl coming together and staying and establishing a family, establishing a house under one residence. In tribal communities like Orans in Africa, the children are brought up away from their parents at a youth dormitory called as Dumkuria. Means before marriage, boy and girl coming together and staying at a single place. Dumkuria. Yes, youth dormitories, which are against the definition of family. In that way, socially approved sexual relationship varies from society to society. For example, in Nayars of Tamil Nadu border and Kerala border, married woman and her children live together along with her sisters and brothers in Tarwad. Husband is not a permanent member of family but only a visiting member. Magar, according to the definition of family, everyone should stay together, but here everyone is not staying together. So family is also not universal. Though the universality of family cannot be defined, the significance, as I told you, the same with the marriage, the significance and the functions of the family provides constant support, and it is a basic unit for the society. It is a basic unit for the society. In that way, it is useful. This is about the second, how we need to write the answer. Okay. The third question, yes, third question. What is social stratification, and discuss the social stratification according to any three approaches. After the completion of this, I will take questions from you. After completion of part A. All the questions I will take. Social stratification, how to write an answer. What is social stratification? Most favorite question for UPSC exam. And discuss the social stratification according to any three approaches. So social stratification definition. Then features of social stratification. Functional approach, Weber's approach, and dialectic approach. These are the three approaches which you have to write. Everyone will write only this class, status and party. No. Party means power. Power situation of a society. So, what is the question? Social stratification. Discuss the social stratification according to any three approaches. So, three approaches are functional approach, Weber's approach, dialectic approach. Dialectic approach. These three approaches you have to write about your answer when you are writing the answer. What is this dialectic approach? What is this functional approach? What is this Weber's approach? In this way, the answer should be. Learn about this. Fourth, discuss the impact of industrialization, urbanization, feminist movements on family system. Simple, I will tell you how this modern factors. Why? Because industrialization, urbanization and feminist movements are modern factors. How these modern factors are affecting our family system. Is affecting our family system. So how you have tried, first you have to introduction, industrialization, put it heading. First, general introduction. Why? Because 20 marker. Industrialization, urbanization and feminist movements are the modern factors which are influencing the basic unit of society called as family. So first we will understand about the industrialization, side heading industrialization. So when you write about the industrialization, industrialization itself will not affect the family. You have to understand this point. Industrialization will not affect the family system. The urbanization will not affect the family system. The feminist movement will not affect the family system. So first there will be characteristics in industrialization. There will be characteristics in urbanization. There will be characteristics in feminist movement. Those will be impacting the family system. So industrialization, characteristics of industrialization. So first put heading industrialization, characteristics of industrialization. Appetite for excellence, I mentioned here. Factory employment, authority, as well as individualism, competition, these all things will be there. So because of these things, how it is getting impacted. So important effects of industrialization on family organizations, one by one, one by one. What Milton Singer was, M.S. Gore was, N.S.A. Rao, anthropologist, shown on the basis of data from Western Indian society. So jointness is more preferred and prevalent communities. Many nuclear families maintained widespread keen in business communities. Milton Singer conducted case studies on some industrialist families in former Madras. Study says that industrialists prefer joint family. Yes. So because of industrialization, job opportunities are more. So the people will move from rural areas to urban. So impact is what, when they are moving from rural areas to urban in search of jobs, industrialization, joint family system will be divided into small family system, nuclear family system. At the same time, when the study is conducted by this Milton Singer, the answer came out is the big industrialists, they don't want to divide. Why? Because they worried that the property will be divided. So joint family system is also is continuing into the industrialized society, that is also there. So these studies you have to write in your answer. What is the opinion of Milton Singer? What is the opinion of M.S. Gore? What is the opinion of N.S.A. Rao? Then next, urbanization. Same you have to write. Urbanization, characteristics of urbanization. What will be the characteristics of urbanization? You tell me. Anonymity will be there. Other person we will not know. You know, in urban area, if you are living in apartment, you are beside home, the flat, other flat person, you don't know which caste he is. But in villages, if you go, the total village, if you show any house, you will tell the father name, you will tell the individual name, and you will tell the caste, religion, total information about that particular person. So the beauty of urbanization is anonymity. We don't know other person. So we are not bothered about the other person. So in family, if any conflict happens, domestic violence happens on wife, if domestic violence happens in a family, in village, all the surrounding people will come and rescue the lady. Whereas in urban areas, no one will bother about it. So the domestic violence is increasing in the family. Why? Because impact of urbanization on family. Yes. So families are getting deteriorated. M.S. Gore studied Agarwal family from Delhi who came from Haryana region, rural area, in 1960. He has maintained that the urban families show a shift away from joint family norm in their attitude, perception and behavior. For example, in urban family, parents rather than eldest family member take decision about their children. Whereas generally in rural areas, the parents will take the decision, but here the eldest family member, like big brother, will take the opinion. These things are case studies. IP Desai did not accept that urbanization as such leads to breakup of joint family structure. His presumption was that longer the duration of stay of family in urban area, lower be the degree of jointness. So the slowly if we are giving more, it will be degraded. However, he found that jointness tend to be more among very old families living in town for 50 years or more than new ones living since 25 years. So it is with respect to how many days you are living in the urban area, the joint family system will continue. Feminism. Next, you have talked about the feminism. I didn't mention here. Why? Because I want to explain you orally. Characteristics of feminism. What are the characteristics of feminism? Right-oriented, empowerment of women, equality between the male and female, which was absent earlier. Which was absent earlier. Woman is getting equal education. The woman is entering into the decision-making process. So, because of which the family system, the ego of the male is getting affected. Hence, the families are getting disintegrated. Positive is what? The woman is getting empowered. The woman role in education of the children is increasing. Enculturation of the children is happening. Hence, the family is getting more advanced, progress. At the same time, some traditional families are getting broken up. Feminism movement inspired women to be economically independent. More and more of them are joining workforce and this has bearing family life. There is a growing trend towards the sharing of domestic work by husband and women have to manage a strict balance between their family life and job requirement. If they are not able to maintain the balance, then a conflict may occur in a family. If husband do not accommodate in such conditions, the situation may aggravate further. The impact of feminism and joint family has been studied by Veena Das. She says that working women demand more voice in family affair, refuse to accept anybody's dominance over them, leading to nuclear family. So leading to nuclear family. So these are the impacts of number of unmarried women and instances of matrifocal families are on rise. Male and female live together without marriage, which is an outcome of feminism. Live-in relations, which is outcome of feminism, liberality. So how the cultural factors are getting affected? How the cultural factors are getting affected positively and negatively? J.P. Singh in 2020 in an anthropological journal, Eastern Anthropologist, with the help of National Family Health Survey and National Family Health Survey 2, data came to following conclusion about changes in Indian family. Changes occur in terms of function and structure of family. Large joint family is becoming small joint family. Instead of large joint family, we have only locally functioning effective joint families of two generations or so. New local residences are coming. A wife and husband after marriage, they are leaving the family and they are all together establishing a new family. Equality of individual, equal status for women, joint mate selection by parents and children, weakening of family norms, philocentrism, structure and policy of families determined by wishes of children, rise in promotion of female-headed households, decrease in average age of households heads age, decrease in child marriages, negative changes. In this way, holistic answer you have to write. So, just I will give you the structure, characteristics of industrialization, and because of industrialization, what is the impact? Again, not only negative, positives also you have to mention. What are the characteristics of urbanization and impact of urbanization? Impact of urban, positive and negative. What are the characteristics of feminism? Impact, positives and negatives. See here I gave you the list of studies, anthropological studies, case studies. You compulsory make note in your notes, everyone. So next, explain the concept of status and role. Explain the concept of status and role in anthropology. What is the significance of status and role? What is the significance of status and role? Simple. Status, role. Status means position. Means what? Structure. Status means structure. Whereas role means action. Patra, what he need to do. Role means what? Function. So it is nothing but he is asking the interrelationship between the structure and function. Status, function. Explain the concept of status and role in anthropology. What is the significance of status and role? Yes, simple. I will tell you one understanding. You understand from this point. A father have a status, that is position. He is not paying the fees to the son. His role is to pay the fees to the son. He is not paying the fees. That means he is not doing the role. Whether the status will come to an end, whether the relationship between the father and the son will come to an end, no. So there is a relationship between the structure and function. There is a relationship between the status and role. That is what. According to Ralph Linton, status is person's social position, structure. It is used to designate one's ranking in the social system, which connotation of higher or lower. In a society, if he's a Brahmin, he will be having higher social status. If he's a Shudra, he will be having the lower social status. Similarly, in the family, the father will be having the father status. And the son will be having the son status. Role, father will be having the role of father, son will be having the role of son. Like that. Every society has a system of status differentiation whereby an individual's position is defined by social group. It is defined as a honor accorded to a person or group by the community. This honor can be accorded on several bases: family background, ethnicity, education, property, caste, etc. Ascribed status. That means by birth. So what are the status which we get ascribed by birth? Achieved. If you become an IAS officer, then it is an achieved status. You got the status because of your merit. Achieved status also will be there. Similarly, role, it's a dynamic aspect of status. So it will be changing. With the status, your role will be changing. With the status, your role will be changing. A role is a pattern of behavior associated with a distinctive status. In explanatory terms, a role is an interrelated set of explanation actions that is associated with a position in social organization. Action. I told you action. How the action is there. Role are thus patterns of action and interaction that people enact wherever they engage in any collective activity or when alone, when they act as directed by or for such activity. So simple, the relationship between the role and the status you need to establish. With the current trend, caste system or family system, that you need to explain. Why? Because the question is, explain the concept of status and role in anthropology. What is the significance? Yes, there is a significance. Is it? Then next keep heading the significance of status and role. 1, 2, 3, 4. You explain about the significance of structure and function. Both should go hand in hand. Then only the society will prevail. Then only universal brotherhood will be there. Then only peaceful coexistence will be there. If not, there will not be coexistence. Status and role. For every society, there is every individual will have a status. Every individual will have a in that way. Husband have a role. Discuss the impact of lockdown due to COVID-19 on urban families in India. Contemporary issue. This type of questions we can expect in 2020 mains. Dynamic questions. Discuss the impact of lockdown due to COVID-19 on urban families in India. Domestic violence increased. Sudden increase in diverse cases. Economic problem, social problem, the real attraction between the people, or the joint family system got disintegrated, or positive is that the people started understanding each other, the family members started understanding each other, the role of women also increased. Why? Because the husband started understanding the work which woman is doing, the role of woman in the family, the husband is seeing from morning to evening, so he's understanding. In that way you have to write. So for that you have to mention about, first you have to write what is marriage, then you have to mention about the family also. So major functions of family you have to give: socialization, economic cooperation, reproduction. Why? Because the family is from the marriage. So marriage definition, family definition, functions of the family. Why? Because the question is on family. Reproduction, unit of entertainment, emotional bonding, basic needs is provided, positive impact and negative impact. To the point. Whenever there is a question on impact or influence, positive impact, negative impact. In that way. Major migrant crisis. Discuss the different forms of preferential marriages with suitable examples from tribal societies in India. Yes, tribal societies in example. Prescribed, preferential, 3 types of marriages are there. But I asked about preferential marriages, means this type of marriages. So preferential marriages are what? Preferential marriages are what? We have matrilineal parallel cousin marriages. These are parallel cousin marriages. These are cross cousin marriages. This is uncle niece marriages. Whereas this is levirate. This is secondary preferential, levirate and sororate. Like these diagrams also you have to draw. Then significance of preference, security for the community will be there. Because preferred marriage it is. Reduce conflict for women, helps in maintaining peace in the community, to maintain kinship and continue the structure. In this way. In this way it is helpful.
Hope you understood how we can write a best answer for anthropology questions. So I discussed 7 typical questions. So in these questions, I explained you what should be the points in your answer, how you can score maximum marks, how many dimensions we can add, value addition should be there in test series. Those all things are being explained in this model answers of my test series. So I hope you understood. So now how I am going to do my test series? Anthropology test series. Procedure how I am going to do evaluation you understood now. The same way I will be doing evaluation. Myself I will be evaluating. I will be giving the model answers and I will be giving the feedback. We will provide model answers, personal evaluation by me and feedback will be provided by me, not my any juniors. Myself I will be doing the evaluation. Complete notes. Whoever joins in our test series, I will be providing my own class notes PDF. I will be giving to each and every individual. And it will be my responsibility to make you very good person or a very good knowledgeable person so that you can write the best answer for the anthropology. So thank you. Enroll to Vishnu IAS test series Anthropology. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.